I think we should start now.
Okay, am I audible, Siddharth?
Yeah, you are totally audible.
Okay, cool, cool. Give me a second.
Sure.
Hello everyone, myself Roktim Kamal Senapoty. I'm originally from Tinsukia, Assam, currently based in Pune, and I have joined as a software engineer at a company known as ADP. It's a payroll company. It's a US-based payroll company, and we are building products that helps in the payroll system. For example, our client is Facebook, Mintra, etc., etc. 70% of the companies in the worldwide are being handled by our company. So what we do, the payment system is handled by us. So this is what our company do. So recently I joined as a software developer at ADP. Before that I was doing freelancing while I was in my engineering days. So, and my interest lies in more over in UI UX front end development. But later now I am learning backend development also, so that I can transition myself as a full stack developer. Okay, so that much it about myself. I think we should start with the presentation. First, let me turn off my camera. Is it visible?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So, today we'll just learn, or just we'll get the introduction of Git and GitHub. Okay, but there are many things to be learned, and we cannot learn it in a 1 hour session. But we'll give a brief intro, and later we'll learn the advanced topics. But today, mostly we will focus on learning what actually matters first of all. Then we'll deep dive into the main topics. Okay, there are two things, Git and GitHub. But before understanding this, let's see an example. So this is me and Siddharth. At present, I am in Pune and he is in Guwahati. Let's say we are very good friends and we want to make an app that solve a real life problem. But our main problem is that we need to code together to make the app. And the problem is I am in Pune and I can't go to Guwahati, or Siddharth can't come to Pune because of his college and other works. Okay. Now it's not like we will share files in WhatsApp or Google Drive. That will create a huge match, because you know that when we build a project or when we build an app or website, the code base becomes very big and it's impossible to do it like this. If I change some lines of code in my local machine, it will be problematic for Siddharth to manage that on his own local machine. So we are thinking that what should we do later? The thing is, in easy word, we can say that Git. What is Git? Git is a version control, but we'll learn what is version control in a few minutes. But in easy word, we can say that Git is used for collaborative coding. For example, when two or more than two people are working on a same project, we can say it is a collaboration project. So we finally discussed, and we came to a point that we are going to use Git and GitHub. I will do the front end part and he will do the back end part from his own place, and later we'll merge it using GitHub. We'll check how we did it, and later without coming to any hours place or without meeting, we can build our app using this Git and GitHub. So what is Git? Git is a version control system designed to make it easier to have multiple versions of a code base sometimes across multiple developers or team. Okay, let me explain you. So, first of all, what we did, me and Siddharth made one version, that is version 1 with some features. Okay, and we published it, and it was running successfully and everyone was using it. Okay, but later we thought of adding more features, so we added more features. Okay, and it was also running successfully, smoothly on everyone's phone, etc. Okay, but when we tried adding more features, there were some bugs in the version 3, and what we say in our language is that code fat gaya, right? So when the app crashed, we discussed, and we Sid and me discussed that version 2 was more better because version 3 it's having lots of bugs. So what we can do, we can revert back to the version 2 using Git. So this is the use case of Git. So this is what version control. We can jump from one version to another version, or we can check the code of one version of to another version or the previous version, and it is called as version control system. It also allows us to see the changes we make on our code and easily revert them or reuse the code. But this is Git. It's not GitHub. Now, let's see what's version control. I already said that it is the practice of tracking and managing changes of the software code. Like once like the feature tree didn't work for us, so we removed and we revert back to the feature 2. This is what version control is. Now, okay, then what is GitHub? GitHub is a site. It is an online. We can call it. It is an online storage for Git repositories. You can create a remote repo and there and push your code to it. Okay, now you are going to tell me that Roktim, what is GitHub repository? It's nothing but a GitHub repository is a place where you can store and track changes of your projects. You can think it as a folder that keeps a history of your edit and that you make on your code, so you can easily go back to the previous version if something goes wrong. Let me show you. So this is your project folder, and you hosted your project on your GitHub, and you made a GitHub repository. We can call the repository also repo. Okay, we are going to use this term more often, not repository. So this is our project, and we have hosted it on the GitHub, and we have created one GitHub repo for our project. Okay, it also lets us collaborate with others by sharing our code and merging their changes. Especially, it provides us a graphical user interface so that it's easy for us to maintain and change everything. Mainly, it is easier to work on projects and maintain a record for our coding journey. Okay. Why use Git? First of all, as I said, version control. You know it that what is version control. It allows to track the changes made to a code. It also keeps the history of the modifications. We can collaborate, roll back to our previous version. Okay. Now look at the collaboration. It enables multiple developers. Like I said, me and Siddharth, we are making an app. Siddharth is collaborating with me. He's working from his own place, and I am working from my own place simultaneously. And what I can do, I can merge his code in my own code base using Git and GitHub. And this is very smooth and efficient, right? Now, the second one is branching. With Git, we can create branches to work on new features or experiment without affecting the main code. This allows for easy collaboration and reduces risk. Okay. This was one example. Like I did my front end part, back end part is done by Siddharth, and we combined it. We merged the code and we built our app. Okay. Now branching. What is branching? In GitHub, when we create a repo, it creates a branch, main branch or master branch. Main branch is our main code base. Okay, now we can create sub branches. For example, we are working on a new feature, me and Siddharth. I'm working on feature 1, and Siddharth is working on feature 2. Okay, so without affecting the main branch, what we can do is, this one is the main branch, okay. And this one is a feature 1 branch, F1, okay. Okay, so what we are doing is we are trying to implement a feature here. Now, what it does, it copies all the code base from main to this feature 1 branch, and we can try different stuff, like we are building some new features, we can make and test the new features without affecting the main code base. Once the testing is done and everything production ready, it's production ready, what we can do, we can merge the feature 1 to main branch. Okay, so this is what branching is. Without affecting the main branch, we can make another sub branches and try different stuff. And later, when it's completely sure that it's not going to break our app or something like that, we can merge. We can always merge it to the main branch. Yes. So this is branching. I think I'm clear. Now, let's see how to set up Git and GitHub. Okay. Before doing it, we need to install it on our local machine. This is the website Git for installing Git. I will share the link. This is a link. So from here you can download it for your own operating system, like if you're using Windows, Mac OS, Linux, etc. Okay. So it's normal how you install other stuff. It's completely normal. Okay. But after installing, you can check if it is installed successfully or not. For that, you can go to your terminal, command prompt, etc. And when you type git, if it shows the commands and the help menu, you can say that yes, it's currently installed in your local system. But if you see a command, a message pop up that command not recognized, error, you probably haven't installed the Git properly, or it's not installed properly. So I will say you install it again, and it's nothing rocket science about it. You just need to install a software, a tool. Okay. Now, configuring Git, we'll look at it afterwards. Now we are going to do some practicals so that you understand and you don't get bored, because I also get bored when I see slides and all. Okay. Now, setting up GitHub. What is GitHub? As I told, it's a website, right? So this is what GitHub is. For now, we can create our we can create a new account using GitHub. So for here, you just need to add one email. Continue, create a password. Okay, enter your username. Let's say Roktim123. Just remember your username. Okay. Okay, username is not available right now. So what I will do, 456. Okay. The right to receive products. Yes. So this is normally how you make a account in any website or any social media. You just need to verify your account through your email ID and clearing this captcha. But since I already have an account, so I will log into my account. After you complete the captcha, there will be a page to select a plan for free and paid plans. As a beginner, you can start with a free plan. And since you guys are student, you can always avail a GitHub student plan from your college ID. Okay, that much it. You can now your account is ready. This is the main GitHub website. So this is a GitHub feed where the people you follow, when they make a repository or when they make a project, it will be shown here. And here, your repositories are going to be shown. Okay. Now, this is our profile. So this is my profile. You can edit everything. The more better your profile looks, the more attractive the people gets and it impresses them. Okay. These days, resume and all are not going to work. People only select on the basis of resume, GitHub, your GitHub profile. How is it? Okay. So you can check here how you can connect to me and the tech stack I work on. These are some of my projects. I have pinned some of my 6 projects. Currently, I have done 89 projects till now, but I have listed 69 projects till now. Sorry, 69. Now, okay, this much is all about GitHub. Now we will check how we can put our project into this GitHub using Git and GitHub. But before that, we need to make one project, right? So let me check. So I'll create one project. P1. Okay, cool. Let me open it in a code editor. I think you guys know what is a code editor since you are a computer science student and you are learning GitHub right now. So we are not going to do anything rocket science. We are just we'll just make a index.html file just for seeing how it works. Okay. Okay. This is our project. There can be many things in the project, many folders, many files, but since we are just taking this as an example, we are just doing it only one file. Okay, cool. Let me write one more thing. Participants. Roktim. Sid. Who else? Devanga. Okay. Okay. So let's say we made this project. Okay. This project is ready. Now we need to host it in the GitHub website. For that, what we can do is you can use your terminal. For example, this terminal that is inbuilt in your operating system or command prompt you can use. But also if you are using a code editor, they themselves have a terminal. So I will use the VS Code terminal for it. Okay. So this is my terminal. I hope it is visible. Is it visible? The terminal, Siddharth? Hello, Siddharth. Is it visible?
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay. So now our project is ready. Now we need to host it on the GitHub platform. So for that, what we are going to do is we are going to create a repo. Like I said, repo is a folder-like thing that is remotely accessed. Okay, so here, go here and click on new repository. Okay, now we need to give a name. So GitHub session. There are 2 types of repo, public and private. private repos that you work on private projects and no one else can see it. And public repos are something that are open for all and everyone can see it. Okay, and everyone can access it. So we are going to make on public repo. Description, if you want, you can give create repo. Okay. Now you are going to think that what are this instruction? What are this instruction in command line? Let me clear it. So for doing it, what let me tell you step by step. Git init. Okay. As we know that Git is installed, now we can initialize the project as a repository. So this git init command initializes a new Git repo in the current directory. Now in P1 folder, you can see that there is a hidden folder .git. It is the Git repository in our current directory. It will save all the changes, track all the changes and all. It's generally hidden, but I have now, but you can see when see it in my folder. Okay. Now it's initialized. Now what's next? Git add readme.md. So what it generally does, it adds a readme file. Readme file, you can say it is a text file, markdown file, but it's not that important. You can add it later. Okay. Now you can check that there is a U near the index.html file, which means the file is still not tracked. The Git is not tracking our file still. So we can check like this, Git status. You can check this index.html untracked files. It's still not tracked. That means it's still not tracking what we are changing, what we are doing. Okay. So for that, what we need to do is we need to add this. For example, if we want to add something, we can write git here for let me tell you git add index.html. Okay, this will what it does. This will add to the track list so that so that Git can track the files. But what we generally do, and when we have lots of files, it's very problematic to type all the files one by one. So when we type git add full stop, that is dot, that means track all the files. Now when you press enter, okay, now you can see it's A. A means added. It's added to the track files. Earlier it was U, now it's A. Okay. Now we can still check the status. Like you can see changes to the to be committed. Now it's added, new file added, that is index.html in green color. Earlier it was untracked files, now it is tracked. Okay. Now here it says git commit -m first commit. What is this? Let me tell you. It means I want to save my changes, and -m message, it is a message. Here we can write a message about the changes we made. Let's say while making a feature, Sid did something wrong to the code base, but he pushed the code to the GitHub with a proper commit message. Like he wrote that I did this while making this. Later on, we can know that what were the issues. That is why we use commit message. After commit, let me see. So to commit, we need to write git commit -m, and here our message. What we did, created HTML file, added header, and list of participants. Okay, this is our message. Created HTML file, added header and list of participants. When you click enter, it's committed. Okay, created HTML file, added a list of participants. Okay, now next, what is git branch dash m mean? Like I said, branching. We are going to create this main branch. Now, after committing our changes, we are going to create our main branch and we'll say that it says that make a main branch and put the code there. Okay, git branch dash m main. M main means we are going to create a make a main branch and put the code there. Okay, it's created. The branch is created. Okay, now what we are going to do now, this is done, or everything is done now locally, but what we need to do is we need to connect to this repository that is in our GitHub, in our Roktim.32 profile account. Okay, so for that we need to remotely add our GitHub link. So for that what we write is git remote add origin, and this our link. This is the link, git remote add origin, our link. Now it says that we made a repo in github.com name GitHub sessions, and we want to make a branch main that we made right now, branch main there, and push the code there. So it connects remotely to the GitHub website. Git connects it to the GitHub website. Okay. Now the last step, we need to push our code to the repo. Okay, from local machine to the main remote server. For that we need to write git push dash u origin main. So it says that git push means I want to push my code or put my code to this branch, that is main branch. So when we enter, you can see it's successfully done, and when we try to reload it, you can see that a repo is created with our project file, that is index.html, that we created 2 minutes ago. And here is the code. All right. Now, for example, let me change something. Okay, we created an HTML file. Now, for example, we are creating a style.css file, style.css file. Okay. Now, it's again showing U. U means untracked files. It's still not tracked. And when we try to reload, it's still not there. But how to add it? So steps are same. You can do, first of all, you can check git status. css.css file is style.css file is untracked files. Now it clearly says that it's untracked and we need to add it. So for that, what we did, git add style.css, or you can just write git add dot. It generally adds everything in the code base. Okay, now it's added. Now you can check git status. Don't worry, I will provide all the codes and the PPT so that you don't face any problem. Now you can see that changes to be committed. New file is added, that is style.css. Index.html is already added, so it's not showing anything. And from U it changes to A. A means added. Okay. Now what we did after that, we wrote a commit message. So we are going to write git commit.m message. Message is created a style.css file. Okay, this is writing proper commit message is very important actually. It helps us to afterwards, it helps us to track or to learn about the project. It helps us as well as others. Okay, so it's always a good practice to write good commit messages. So git commit.m created is style.css file. Enter. Okay, it's been committed. Now you can see, but still it's not been pushed to the repo. So for that, we just need to write git push. Okay, done. In the main branch, you can check it's pushed to the main branch. Now when we reload it, you can see that style.css is here. We created just now, and index.html was created 5 minutes ago. Now, why I said that writing good commit messages are important. Here you can see two commits. We have till now done two commits. When someone else, when a recruiter or someone who is verifying or checking your code or project code base, they can check and understand that this boy or this girl has done this file, changed this file, created this, etc., etc. So if you write XYZ, 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 how he will understand? And when he clicks on the code base, it's so big that no one can understand. But if you write proper commit messages, you can see that it's properly understandable. Like when we created a HTML file, see, all the green codes means we have written it. If there is something red, removed, created a CSS file. See, it's an empty file right now. It's an empty file, but you can see that the file is created. So this is how we can put our projects in Git using Git and GitHub. But now, like I said, we are going to collaboratively do things. So how can we do it? For example, now, now I can say that I have created one project. Now I want Siddharth to contribute to my project. So what he needs to do, let me show you. Or else we can do one thing. Is there anyone who is willing to try it live right now? Anyone who is ready with GitHub setup so that we can try? Anyone? Okay, no worries. Let me tell you. So for that, this is my own project, so I can't collaborate here, right? So let me go to the home. Let me search one project, HTML. There are lots of projects. There are 2.1 million results. Okay, I will select one. For example, this one. Okay. So I want to contribute to this project. So what I need to do before doing the contribution? First of all, what I need to do is I need to fork the repository. Once you found a project you want to contribute, you need to go to that repository and click on the fork button on the top right. This one, you can see that. This what it does. It will create a copy of the project in your own GitHub account. Let me show you. For HTML CSS is the description. Create fork. It's forking. It's copying his code base to my account. Now you can see HTML CSS is the project name forked by Gustav. Okay, cool. Okay. Now, what I can do is I can directly changes. I can directly change the code from here, or I can first of all I can put it in my local machine, clone it in my local machine, and push it here. But let me show you how we can clone it. First of all, what we can do is go here, copy the code, copy the link, sorry. If Let me create a new folder. One second. Clone. Okay. Okay, this is a new folder. I just need to write git clone and his link. Git clone and his link. GitHub link that I have forked. Not his original link, but the one that I have forked. Okay, enter. It's cloning. You can see we are receiving objects. Okay, still cloning. I think it's a big project. Let's wait. Till then, you can ask me anything in chat. Okay, since it's taking some time, let me show you how we can change it here also. Okay, for example, his readme file. He has written everything about the project. Now, what I can do, I can change the project. Like I can add my stuff. For example, thank you for checking the project. Now this change is going to be made in my account, not his original project, the one that I have for. Now what I can do is commit changes. Now the commit message is automatically done. Like I updated readme, added one last line. Okay, you can extend your description, etc. We can write more lines about the things you have done. Now when we click on commit changes, it is changed. You can check it here. Earlier it was not there that thank you for checking the project. Now it's there because I have made that change. Okay, now when we check his original project, it's not here. It's only in my own account that I have forked. Okay, now I want that I want him to merge my code to his own main project. For that, we need to push the code. For that, we can click on contribute, open pull request. Pull request is asking for, or you are requesting the project owner to merge your code to his main project. Now I have written that updated readme.adme added one last line. So you can write anything, any description about your. It should be a proper one, but it's all right since we are just learning. Trying hands on open source. Sorry, contribution. Okay. Now you need to create a pull request. It will create a request on his side. Okay. Now you can see that it's a request sent to him that you please I'm trying to contribute to your project. If you want, you can merge it. If he merges it, there will be option on his side. He can merge it or he can decline it. If the code is running well, if the project is working fine, he can merge it. If it's not working well, he can decline it, or you can always write it here that hey, it's not working fine. Please try it again, etc. etc. Now this is his main project. Okay. Now pull request. You can, when you click on pull request, you can check my pull request. Opened by Roktim. Updated readme.md added one last line. Right? This is my pull request. What are the changes I made? You can check it here. I added one thank you for checking the project. right? This is the changes I made. So if I get lucky, he will merge it, or else he will not. So this is how we can collaborate on projects. Like me and Sid, we are making an app. When he sends me a pull request of the code he has written, if it's running well, if it's working well, I will merge it with my main project. Okay. Else again, I will tell him that, hey Sid, there is some bugs. Please fix it and send me a PR, that is pull request again. Okay. This is how we work in collaboration. Okay. Now, these are the basic Git commands we have already seen: Git, init, add, commit, push. Okay. Now, this is how Git works: working directory. Okay. We know this right now. Now, we also know what is collaborating on GitHub pull request. Now, at present, we have seen what is pull request. Now, code reviews. As you have seen, for example, I have made some mistakes. The owner, that is Ghost, he can write me a message that, hey Roktim, here is a bug in this line. Can you fix it and send me again a pull request? This is code reviews. He reviews the code and he's send me the feedbacks and suggestion for improvement. Okay. Issue tracking. We can track issues like bugs and another requests. It enables us to stay organized. For example, if we are working on different branches, for example, we are making feature one, there is some bugs, and later when we added it to the main branch, merge it to the main branch, we can always track back and see what were the tags, bugs that were in the feature one while we were making it. So it helps us in easily tracking everything. And branch protection. Like I said, let me go to my own repo that I created. That was GitHub session. This is branches. By default, this is only at present there is only one branch, that is main branch. Likewise, we can create, as I said, we can create many more branches like feature one, feature two, feature three, feature four. Okay. So for that branches, what we can do is we can set some protection or set of rules so that after passing the text, it only merges. For example, if the test cases are not passed, it will not merge to the main branch. It helps in maintaining the code, and sometimes accidentally we merge it before checking it. So it helps at that time. So it protects our code base so that it don't get messed up. Okay. Okay. This was all about a small brief about Git and GitHub. But today we are going to learn something more, slightly, not properly. Do you know what is open source? Anyone who knows what is open source? Can anyone tell? Just write it in the chat. Anyone who knows what is open source? Yes, code which is available for everyone to see and edit. Yes, it is made available to public for inspection, modification, and use. You can use them. For example, I have made this project and it's open source. Anyone can use it. For example, if I copy the link and send it to you, you can check, you can download it, you can use the code, you can do it whatever you want. So that is why it is called open source. Now, let me tell some characteristics of open source. It's transparent. We can see what someone is doing, what is someone is building in public, right? Ensuring it's not hidden. There's no hidden anything malicious or anything. Okay. More okay. Open source, it's also collaboration. Open source projects often they have communities of developers who collaborate, like we have seen how we collaborated on GitHub, like they collaborate on projects, and they do the contribution come from many backgrounds and many, and they may work on many projects or be a part of their jobs. Okay. Now let me tell you some things that why it is important to contribute in open source and what are the advantages. Let's discuss about it. Okay. Knowledge sharing. Open source projects are a way to share knowledge by contributing. For example, you can learn from many developers. They are more experienced from you, gain insights into how the what is the best practices, best coding standards, and you can learn various technologies. For example, at present, if for example at present I'm learning HTML CSS, what I do is I go here and I type CSS projects. There will be a list of many CSS projects. So what I can do, I can, these all are everything is open source projects. I can try to contribute there. If there is something issue, I can solve them. So what it does, from by contributing, I can learn many technologies, many standards. For example, best practices. For example, I did something wrong, the owner will give me a review that, hey Roktim, this CSS should be written like this so that it can be more optimized. Yeah. Then I will learn new things like this is what knowledge sharing. Skill development, that is skill development. Contributing to open source allows us to improve our coding skills and also the problem solving abilities, and we can collaborate. That is also an important technique. It's actually a hands-on learning experience that covers wide range of technologies and methods. Okay. And third one is one of the most important, networking. While contributing to open source, it enables us to connect with a diverse amount of communities of developers, including mentors, etc., like-minded people, which who share our common interest. Okay, that is one of the most important thing in open source. And like this, while networking, people get to know you. You get different opportunities. I got many opportunities by networking, to be frank, and it's one of the best thing I have done in my life. Okay. Resume enhancement. As I said, that resume you have as a PDF or a document, it's not going to work. Actively contributing to open source can boost your resume. It demonstrates your commitment to your coding, your ability to work on real world projects, and your collaboration skills. Like once I, for example, okay, when I check his GitHub, I can see that he has this much of followers, 67.6K. Okay. He has made 271 projects. I can see his contribution. His contribution activities, where he has contributed, what he is doing, everything. Certificates do you have? How many courses you did? It's not going to work. You need to focus and showcase yourself. The most important thing. Nowadays, people focus on learning new things and putting their certificates on the social media. It's not going to work. We all know how to manage certificates, to be frank. Let's be frank. Okay? But this proves that he has really done something. He has done this project. He has made this project. He has contributed this. He has created 14 commits today, November. Okay? So these are the social proofs. You can check him. Okay. So now, giving back. Open source is built actually on the principle of collaboration and giving back to the community. By community, by giving back means For example, Siddhartha he used to work in Alibaba. Now he is working at Make My Trip. Here's a review from him. And Aman Shah, he is working as a mobile developer in a very good startup, Toyo. And Aryan Singh, he's currently in US working at Google. So I think these reviews says everything. And the most important thing is that this book is free of cost. So you can directly go to my website and you can directly download, click here 0, and I want this. Okay. This is 46 pages. If you want to learn completely and master, dominate Git and GitHub like a pro, I think you should get this guide. Okay. And also you can live at GitHub. It's okay. Everyone has their own timing to learn things, new things. First, I learned front end. At present, I'm learning back end. My friend, he learned back end first, but he's learning front end right now. It's okay, but it's very important to share our knowledge to everyone, right? Why not to share anything? And the one last thing is be humble. Yes, that's all from me. Roktim Kamal Senapoty. I'm signing off. Thank you. Siddharth, all over you.
Yeah, so tip sessions with you in the future.
Yeah, welcome. Sure, sure. We can do a advanced session of Git and GitHub.
Yeah, sure. And
Yeah,
thank you everyone for joining us for the session.
yeah. Thank you, everyone. Yes. How can I access the record session? Siddharth, can you help with it?
Yeah, sure. We are recording it. I will share
Okay.
it after the
Guys, if you can turn on your camera, we'll just take a screenshot. Okay, guys. Thank you for joining. Okay, then see ya, guys. Bye bye.
Thank you everyone for joining.